I'd like to go first, please, Dermot.
Off we go, Annie. First question. What is the name of the main protagonist in Alex Garland's novel The Beach? Michael, Simon or Richard?
OK, well, I don't know the novel. I've never heard of it before. So this is going to be a guess. I'm going to go for Michael.
OK, Michael. OK, don't know the novel. What about the film? Leo DiCaprio was in the film version. You didn't see that?
No.
OK, right. Well, Michael was not the character in the book or in the film. Kevin, do you know?
I wasn't too sure on this. I thought possibly Richard, but I wasn't sure about
Yeah, Richard, it is Richard in The Beach. So nothing there, Annie. See how Kevin does with his first one. Fox in Socks is the title of a 1965 book by which children's author? Dr. Seuss, Kenneth Grahame or Roald Dahl?
With a name like that, you would... I don't think I've heard the title, but you would certainly think Dr. Seuss, but could it possibly be Roald Dahl? Certainly possible. Fox in Socks. I'll go for Dr. Seuss.
Fox in Socks by Dr. Seuss, that is correct, Kevin, after Cat in the Hat and things like that. So, Annie, let's see if this one suits you better. Who kills Hamlet using a poisoned blade at the end of Shakespeare's play? Horatio, Rosencrantz or Laertes?
Right, this must be one of the only Shakespeare plays that I have not studied. Let's have a think. Just because I've heard the name, I think I'm going to go for Laertes.
OK, just as well. It is the right answer, yes. Managed to get that. Kevin, Last Bus to Woodstock, published in 1975, is the first novel in a series of 13 to feature which fictional character? Inspector Morse, Simon Templar or Brother Cadfael?
That was the first literary outing, anyway, for Inspector Morse. It wasn't the first one they filmed. It came later in that series, but it was the first book, so Inspector Morse.
Of course, Woodstock being a clue there about the Oxfordshire link. Yeah, Oxford link. Inspector Morse is the right answer, so you need to get this, Annie. The avant-garde 1960s work, Equivalent 8, by Carl Andre, and that's in Roman numerals, the 8VIII, consists of 120 what? Seashells, bricks or cardboard boxes?
Again, I don't know this for sure, but for some reason I'm remembering some cardboard boxes at some gallery, some stage in the back of my mind, so I'm going to go for cardboard boxes. OK, Equivalent 8. What do you think, Kevin? Cardboard boxes?
No, it's the infamous fire bricks that were on the floor of the Tate Gallery.
It is those bricks, Equivalent 8 by Carl Andre, which means, Annie, Kevin has won the round. And bad luck there, you really got some questions that were off the radar. Means you won't be in the final round. Would you both please come back and join your teams? Well, X-rated now, one brain down, at least from the final round. All the eggheads there. Second round coming right up. This one's geography. Who'd like to play this? Can't be Annie.
Should I take it on?
You want it, Tom?
I'll have it. I'll give it a go.
Okay. I think we'll go for Tom for that one.
All right, Tom, and which egghead? It can't be Kevin, any of the other four.
Should I have a go at CJ?
Seems as good as any.
I'll have a go at CJ.
Seems as good as any. Let's have Tom and CJ into the question room now, please. So, Tom, your teammates tell me you're called the Wizard. Is this because of your great quizzing skills?
I'd like to say it was, but unfortunately it's not, no. I take a little interest in a bit of trying a few magic tricks. I'm still perfecting my art. I'm not very good at all.
What about when you taped all those bits of a playing card to Jack's credit card?
That one didn't go too well, I'm afraid. He found the card in his pocket before the trick began.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a drawback, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a slight drawback, yes.
Well, let's hope you're not found out in this round. Do you want to go first or second?
I think I'll go first, please, don't it?
OK, Tom, first question. The Rongai route is a trail to the summit of which mountain? Mont Blanc, Aconcagua or Kilimanjaro?
The Rongai. OK, I haven't heard of it. Rongai doesn't sound particularly European, so for that reason I could be completely wrong, but I'm going to rule out Mount Blanc. Rongai. I'm going to I'm going to go with Kilimanjaro.
OK, the Rongai route. Trail to the summit of Kilimanjaro. Good start. One on the board. CJ, the Swiss city of Basel lies along which major river? The Danube, the Seine or the Rhine?
Oh dear. It's not the Seine. Now, is Basel one of the ones that's on the Danube, or is it the Rhine? Danube doesn't go there, does it? No, I don't think the Danube goes there. I think it's the Rhine.
The Rhine for Basel. Correct. Well done, CJ. Far enough away from the UK for him to get it. And your second question then, Tom. In which English county is the market town of Malmesbury? Is it Somerset, Shropshire or Wiltshire?
Malmesbury. I live quite near Wiltshire, and I've never heard of it from there. So for that reason, I'm going to rule that out. But again, I could be wrong with that. Malmesbury. There's a lot of berries in Somerset. Not sure about anything. I haven't heard of any towns in Shropshire, really. So I'm going to plump with Somerset.
Somerset for Malmesbury. It's in Wiltshire. It is in Wiltshire. OK. Well, CJ, glad he avoided that. And your question, CJ, in which country is the Bosporan Peninsula located? B-O-Z-B-U-R-U-N. Ukraine, Turkey or Iran?
OK, I haven't heard of it. Well, Ukraine has a very definite peninsula. Turkey's got, I suppose, a couple of places that could be described as peninsulas. Iran? Bosporan doesn't sound Iranian to me. I don't know. It sounds more Turkish to me, but am I confusing it possibly with the Bosporus? I don't know it. I've never heard of it, so I'll just have a guess at Turkey.
Turkey is correct, CJ. OK, on the sound of the word. OK, well, CJ got it, which means you need to get this very badly, Tom, or else you won't be playing any longer. The GR20 Trail is a feature of which Mediterranean island? Sicily, Crete or Corsica?
OK, I haven't been to any of those islands, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have heard of it. It's going to have to be a guess. The one, for some reason, seems the most logical would be Crete. So I'm going to go with Crete. But...
OK, Crete for the GR20. It's not Crete, it is Corsica, which means we end the round there, Tom. Sorry, CJ's already got 2 correct. You can't match that. Means you won't be in the final round. Would you both please come back and join your teams? Well, with the greatest respect to Tom and Annie, some pretty X-rated quizzing so far. They just haven't fallen for you. But it means 2 members of X-rated will not be in the final round at least. No eggheads knocked out yet. So let's try and do that with this round. This is music. And who'd like to play? It can be Joe, Jack or Dan.
I know nothing.
Dan, what's your music?
Well, I think by process of elimination, everyone else going, I know nothing. I suppose I know a little, so I guess I'm best qualified for that.
So it's going to be you, then Joe, and you can choose from the eggheads, Chris, Barry or Daphne.
Chris? Yeah.
Chris. I think I'll take on Chris and hope for some 2,000+ questions.
1960 would probably do, but we'll see. They might catch you out. OK, let's have Joe and Chris into the question room, please. So, Joe, what are your musical likes and influences?
Well, I have got a bit of a range of likes, some pretty embarrassing ones, but yeah, I like some of the older stuff, some Beatles and things like that. Do enjoy a few of their songs and that sort of thing.
All right, well, keep the embarrassing stuff for if one of the questions come up on it, then you won't be embarrassed to tell us about it because it'll get you a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you want to go first or second?
I'll stick with the trend and I'll bat first, I think.
Joe, first question on music. I got chills, they're multiplying and I'm losing control. Are lyrics from a song in which musical of stage and screen? Chicago, Chess or Grease?
Well, In my school days, I was actually involved in this musical, played the incredibly talented Kaniki. So I do actually know that is Greece.
Very good. I've got chills there multiplying and I'm losing control. Is in Greece, coming from a Kaniki there.
Indeed.
How was your greased lightning?
I'd say average to poor.
OK, then. First question to Chris. In which part of the UK was the singer Charlotte Church born in 1986? Wales, Northern Ireland or Scotland?
They don't come much more South Welsh than Charlotte Church. She was born in Wales.
Charlotte Church, born in Wales, of course. Correct answer and all square. Back to you, Joe. White Riot was the first single released by which punk band in 1977? Sex Pistols, The Clash or The Stranglers?
OK, just the 11 years before I was born, but won't let that deter me. I've heard quite a bit of The Clash, and I can't remember White Riot. I know the Sex Pistols were an angry bunch, and Riot, so I'm gonna go for Sex Pistols, I think.
OK, the Sex Pistols for White Riot. No, it's The Clash.
Oh, right.
Not the Sex Pistols.
Brilliant.
It is The Clash. Obviously didn't come across White Riot while you were revisiting their catalogue.
Yeah.
OK, your question, Chris. Which singer embarked on a concert tour called Monster Ball in 2010? Lady Gaga, Madonna or Shakira?
Well, I don't think it's Shakira. Madonna's always going on tour. I don't think she's doing Monster Ball, but Lady Gaga is sort of out there on the edge and pretty monstrous, so I have to say Lady Gaga.
Ooh, right, out there on the edge, pretty monstrous. Well, it's the right answer anyway, Lady Gaga. So he has the lead, and on a Lady Gaga question, Joe, you need to get this. Which classical composer retreated from public life to live in a monastery just outside Rome in the 1860s? Was it Franz Liszt, Frédéric Chopin or Hector Berlioz?
Well, I know this will probably surprise you, but I'm not hugely well-read or listened, as the case may be, on classical music. The only one that I've actually heard of is Chopin, because my girlfriend plays the piano and I used to call him Chopin. I used to get the name wrong. So I'll go for Chopin.
OK, yeah, Chopin, or Chopin to you. Chopin. Chris, could have been your question. You got your Lady Gaga. Do you know your Liszt, Chopin or Berlioz?
Well, Franz Liszt was known as the Abbé Liszt, so presumably he went into a monastery and became the abbot thereof, and it must have been Franz Liszt.
It was Liszt.
Yeah.
It was Liszt, which is what your particular ship is doing. In actual fact, it's sunk right now, Joe. You won't be in the final round. Chris, you will be there. Would you both please come back and join your teams?
Here, there is no justice.
Please do not hang my man. Do not hang him.
This law that you despise
Please do not hang him.
is a law that keeps